Hello everyone, my name is Samir Joshi. I'm working with Cognizant as a senior technical architect on Duck Technology cloud platforms. I'll today be walking you through how robust MLOps practices are transforming insurance operations. And then over the next few slides, I'll show you how AI-driven strategies are delivering up to 65% efficiency gains and reduce processing times by as much as 99% across insurance functions. So let's dive in. So here's our agenda for today. First, we'll look at the broader AI transformation in insurance. Then we'll dive into MLOps architecture and examine specific technical deep dives like catastrophe modeling, computer vision, and telematics. Next, we'll touch on compliance and bias detection, followed by an implementation roadmap and ROI analysis. Finally, I'll summarize the key takeaways and share the actionable next steps. Let's start. Insurance as an industry has come a long way in AI adoption. Before MLOps, only about 18% of the carriers were experimenting with AI. Today, thanks to MLOps, the adoption has grown to 54%. The results are tangible. 65% higher operational efficiency and a 60% improvement in underwriting accuracy. This isn't just about automation, guys. It's about enabling consistent data driven decisions at scale. Let's rewind and see why transformation was needed. Traditionally, policy applications involved paperwork and manual data entry. Underwriting was often subjective, and policy issuance took 3 to 4 days. Claims assessments could stretch for weeks, and risk evaluation was limited to annual reviews. The net effect was higher costs, long cycle times, and inconsistent customer experiences. So now, here comes into picture the MLOps. So MLOps brings order and automation. So here we are talking about continuous integration and deployment pipelines that cut the deployment cycles by 78%, feature store architectures that reduce feature engineering time by 67%, and model registries that ensure traceability and compliance. This integrated architecture allows insurers to respond quickly to market and regulatory changes. That's interesting. Proceeding with transformative results on the policy issuance. So consider policy issuance. So traditionally, it took 3 to 4 days with MLOps. It's down to just 15% now with MLOps. So that's 99% time reduction in time while maintaining a 93.6% accuracy rate. The key lies in the automated risk assessments, document processing, and continuous monitoring that ensures model remains accurate even as risk profiles evolve. Proceeding to the next step comes the catastrophe modeling. That's a very important point in here. Catastrophe modeling is critical for insurers, but traditional approaches relied on static data and quarterly updates. With machine learning operations, model ingest real-time weather data, satellite imagery, and even assemble approaches that mix physics and machine learning together. The outcome? It's a 31% boost in the flood prediction accuracy, nearly 30% better cyclonic forecast, and a 43% improvement in claims readiness. And that's a very good number. If we look into the computer vision in case of the property and casualty insurance, let's start on this point. In this case, if you see, computer vision has redefined the property inspections with drones running on the edge deployed models. Insurers can capture pre-process and assess property damage in real time. Accuracy has reached 89%, and inspections that once took days are now completed in minutes. Importantly, champion challenger frameworks ensure models are continuously validated and improved. Proceeding with the telematics. This basically brings the real-time example where I'll tell you how telematics is helping in assessing the real-time driver risk assessment. Driver behavior is another area that is being shaped by AI. Telematics uses OBD2, which is onboard diagnostic devices and smartphones to capture over 300 driving features. Kafka-based streaming pipelines processes terabytes of data daily, and containerized inference engines adjust seamlessly to traffic loads. Compared to traditional demographic-based risk assessments, predictive power has improved by 83%, and that's again a very good number. Now proceeding to regulatory compliance and bias detection. So no AI transformation is complete without addressing fairness and compliance. So automated adversarial testing detects nearly 80% of potential bias before deployment. Model validation pipelines automate documentation and regulatory reporting, cutting compliance cycles by 67%. So techniques like LIME, local interpretable model agnostic explanations, and SHAP, shapely additive explanations. These enhance explainability, which is crucial in market regulated like insurance. Now, proceeding with how the architecture looks like, the integrated data architecture. So, to achieve accurate models, insurers must unify data. So, here 8 to 12 data sources come together, like customer data, property details, IoTs, telematics inputs, credit scores, even alternative signals like satellite imagery. So, by integrating these sources through automated feature engineering, predictive accuracy improves by more than 36%. Now, if we come to the key components for the MLOps implementation, there are four components that make this possible. Automated deployment pipelines using GitOps, monitoring frameworks for real-time drift detection, experimentation platforms for A/B testing, and centralized feature stores with versioning. Together, these form a mature MLOps ecosystem that balances speed, accuracy, and compliance. So now if we look into the implementation roadmap, so transformation doesn't happen overnight. So phase one is building the foundation, registries, versioning, and pipelines. Over 3 to 4 months, it takes to build all these things. Now, phase two, operationalize workflows like automated training and monitoring. This typically takes 2 to 3 months. And then phase three, that adds optimization, automated retraining, A/B testing, and compliance automation over 3 to 4 months. So within less than a year, insurers can go from POC to production, and that's a very good time frame to achieve this. So next, we'll proceed with the ROI analysis. The results speak for themselves, which on my slide. Before MLOps, model deployment, claims processing, and policy issuance times were much higher. After adoption, certain big carriers saw improvements within 9 to 12 months. And these aren't just marginal gains, they are game changers that reduce operational costs and scale as new models come online. Proceeding to the key takeaways. First is MLOps is driving a 300% growth in AI adoption across insurance. Secondly, end-to-end automation ensures accuracy above 93% while enabling rapid iteration. Third, compliance and fairness frameworks cut regulatory cycles by 67%. For your next steps, assess your current ML maturity and prioritize high value use cases, establish foundational components like registries and feature stores, and integrate compliance from day one. Doing this, as it was mentioned, we can go from POC to production in within 9 to 12 months. Thank you guys. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope this session gave you a big picture and technical depth on how MLOps is revolutionizing the insurance operations. Thank you and good day.